compensation plan for the
Okay,
whether you're getting two, getting three, four, and then we deal with the monthly. If people choose to do the monthly M&M or the monthly VIP, there's residual income in that as well.
Okay.
I just turned on the record button. I can always
Okay,
edit it later, but
sure.
uh, anyhow, so what tab should I go to right now? Am I at the right place?
Well, what you want to do
Yeah.
is if you're going to go to the compensation plan, go back up to over to the icons where it says dashboard.
Okay. I'm there.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then you want to, it says that's your dashboard. You want to stay in the middle of that page where the people are walking and slowly go down using that gray bar until you get to SHG compensation, extra
Okay.
income right there. Now
All right.
hit the plus sign. Now scroll down a little bit further
Okay.
until you get to the PDF.
All right. PDF. There it is.
Okay.
Click on it.
Wait,
Yeah,
what's
Go
it?
ahead.
Francis Freerich?
Yeah, he's not there.
He's not there?
No,
Nobody's there?
no, I don't think so.
How can you tell?
I would see it. It pops up.
All right.
Okay.
And
So here we
you
are.
you can make it bigger, small, however you want to do it.
Uh,
And now we're going to be updating this because there's some certain things that's not there,
okay.
like so that people understand associate and member and those types of things. We'll kind of go over that for you.
All right. So here at the top it says, welcome to the best compensation plan in the world. I made it a little bit bigger. Can you see it on your screen? Okay.
You
I
make it a
can,
little bit, I know about hard, but you can make it just a little bit big for the people whoever may join you.
well,
Of
we
course,
don't have anybody here, just me and Christina.
Well,
yeah,
it's
but
not 2 o'clock yet either.
Yeah, well, it's 1 minute of. It's close enough.
mm.
Um,
Of course, like you said, you're recording this, so you can always get it
Right.
back to them later.
okay. All right.
All
So
right, so
go ahead.
we're going to look at and go frame by frame. Of course, some of these things you guys already know. Where you see number one there is the personal fast start bonuses.
Okay.
Okay, and pretty much what people get paid for fast starts, which is as you recall, we got two compensation plans. You have the matrix, which was deal with the 3x12 matrix, and then you have the unilevel, and this is where the fast start commissions are in the unilevel. The B2B 360 in the unilevel. The pay less for your bills in the unilevel. The mastery in the unilevel.
Okay. Are you with?
Okay, so
Yeah,
that's
I didn't, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Christina's
so
taking notes.
okay. So also we know if a person comes in for 20, you get the whole 20. It used to be you get 10 and then we take the other 10 and spread it down, right?
Yeah.
And then of course, if you bring someone in for $100, you get 50 and the other 50 is paid through the unilevel. And of course, if you bring someone in for 199, you get the 100 and then the other 100 is paid through the unilevel.
Okay, let me
Which
just,
you
I just,
mhm.
I mean, I'm sorry, just want to interrupt you for a second here.
Yeah, sure, you're fine.
So for the titanium, from level 3 to level 10, it says $10. So that means if we got somebody downline that brings in somebody at titanium and let's say they're on whatever, 7, 8, 9 level or something. So we get $10 if they do that.
Yeah. Infinity, right?
F, 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 F the key, and then we'll go to frame by frame if you qualify to receive it. That's why we got to go through those qualifications.
Okay. All right.
You guys are because you're executive. Executive takes care of everything.
Okay. All right. Any
So
questions?
now if we look at number two there, dealing with the unilevel fast starts, obviously if you sponsor somebody for $20, the first thing you're going to see is the $20 show up
Well, let me
in
make sure I'm at the right place. I don't think I am.
right, go
I'm
number
on
two.
slide 1.
Yeah, now go over to number two. No, there's only one slide. See,
Oh,
look at the numbers. See what fast start bonus says one,
yeah. Oh, okay.
and then
Number
go now.
two.
Go back up, go over to the right, and that's number two. See
Okay.
what that number two?
Right.
You see it now?
I do.
Okay. So we're going to talk about this unilevel fast start. and then we'll talk about the qualifications in a minute. So here's the way it works, the mechanism. Marty, you go out and you sponsor me and Christina, right? And
Yeah.
we come in as a gold member. You will immediately see $40. The whole 20 goes to you,
Okay.
nobody else.
All right.
Now, here's the caveat. Christina and I, within the first 7 days, can change our mind and don't have to tell you.
Okay.
You
I'm
know,
gonna hang on. I'm going to admit Francis here. That's how you know. Uh,
I know,
he,
but me and Francis talk all the time. Hello, Francis.
yeah, it goes by Frank. Are you there, Frank?
Hey, brother Frank. Hello, Frank. When he
Uh,
comes in.
yeah. Hey, Frank, can you hear us? It takes a minute, really. Let's see.
It's okay.
Yeah, I need.
You guys got me. If you want to be here for an hour and a half, as long as it takes to get the understanding, I'm good.
Okay, well, I'm
I'm
just
good
trying
as
to
long
get
as
him
you
to
guys
turn
are
the
good.
microphone. Okay, I got to ask to unmute. Let's see if he does that. Okay. Yeah, okay. Frank, mute. Hey, Frank, this is Marty. Can you hear us? Okay. Got to turn his microphone on. Put him away. We're good here. Uh, you see my screen, Tim?
I see it very well.
Okay, I've got Francis here, and there's a tab there that says mute and more. So he's not muted, or else that would not. It would say ask to unmute, but then I click more. I'm trying to get him to say something. I don't know if he can hear
You might
me.
have to check. You got to make sure maybe he got his volume up on his
Yeah.
computer.
Hey Frank, if you can hear me, check your microphone, and also turn your computer up, the volume on your computer. Just trying to see if we can get somebody to say something here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if he hears me.
Should I call him?
Uh, mm.
Can he put something in the chat? Your
Yeah,
chat.
if you can hear me, I'll put something in the chat. Let's see. Uh, hi Frank. Okay. Hi Frank. Uh, I put hi Frank, and then I'm going to put say something.
He
Something.
responded back
Oh,
in the
I
chat. He did.
okay. Yeah, he says he can hear you, but I don't hear him. Anyway, okay.
Well, a good brother Frank can hear, so I
Okay.
mean, you know.
All right then. All right. So where did we leave off here?
Number two, going with the fast start unit level.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so the example we gave is you sponsor Christina and I.
Right.
Well, I might well just throw Frank in there to all three of us because that's very important to do it that way in this example. And so you immediately see $60 in commissions in your back office. It's instant as we once we sign up.
Okay.
Uh, from that standpoint, all three of us have 7 days to change our mind. Maybe my wife fussed at me and I said, okay, I'm done. Well, you get another one of those things for? You know how it is.
Yeah.
Or
Oh yeah.
vice versa, Christina, vice versa.
Yeah.
Let me be fair about that thing.
Yeah.
And I have buyer's remorse. And so I just emailed the company and I want my money back. So we just simply cancel, give them the money back because it's a 7 day hold. Because we don't release anything for 7 days. So it didn't hurt the company. Of course, it made you a little short because now you lost $20. But we like to give people that opportunity and we make sure they understand that. Okay. But let's say in this case, we're all good. So the 7 days still apply. But after those 7 days, it's released from what you'll be seeing in your back office as pending to processed. And that following week, since we pay every Friday, and I'm putting you in this case, Brother Marty, as a new person. What do you want to do in this process? You want to make sure that you got your payout set up, which would be either Pay Quicker or USDT crypto.
Okay.
So one of the first
Yeah,
things you want to teach people
yeah, well,
immediately.
right, I understand, but could we look at I still have the plan up here, but did you want to go over and see where we stand?
Do what he's doing. Yeah, no, you took him off track.
Okay.
We're gonna go through the whole comp plan. We can always, like I said, I got plenty of time with as long as you need me, my friend.
Okay.
I want to
All right.
kind of that way. Because what we're doing here is make sure your people that you bring in, they can, if we do this in a Bible study type of way, they have a real clear understanding of what's going on, right?
Okay.
So let's say again, there's the $60, 7 days are up. They got that payout preference. What's the first thing you want to do for any new person after they get in is to make sure they pick their payout preference. We have a lot of people, and the reason I'm telling this, we have a lot of people never set it up, and the money just stores up in their wallet as available payout, but we can't pay them because they never said it's there. But they still their money; they'll never lose it, but it can't be released until they set up their payout preference. That's number one. The second thing, it can't be released until they put a social security number back there, or whatever you place to whatever country you're in. So in the United States, we need that social security number and the NIN number, EIN, whatever you're using, must be back there as well, or the money can't be released. Okay.
Okay.
Now, having said that, we have what we call a $30 minimum in order for you to get an email from us. So that means what that means is $30 in commissions plus your monthly membership. So in this case, $60 is more than $30. That's number one. 20 of that 60 in this specific example will go into your reserve account. So that means next month is already covered. And of course, that leaves $40, which is more than 30. So 7 days later, an email will come, and you guys are familiar with this, but this for the new people. An email will come from our parent company, Savings Highway LLC, and in the subject heading, payment received. Now, if you're doing this for the first time, they must set up their Pay Quicker account. We at Savings Highway Global have absolutely no way to get into your Pay Quicker account. We will never know your password, none of that. All we can do is send money from our bank to Pay Quicker. So the only people that have access to your Pay Quicker account is you and Pay Quicker. So
Right.
they know what your passwords are because they own the company. Now, on your very first time, in this example where there's $40, and we'll go over this wallet stuff a little later. In the wallet, we charge $1, so that leaves $39 that goes to you. But the first time someone sees that, it won't say 39 in this example. It will say 29. What happened to the $10? The $10 is sitting inside your PayQuick account because PayQuicker, not Savings Highway Global, will charge a one-time $10 fee for that PayQuicker Visa card. And you'll see all the details of that in your PayQuicker account. And the money, so that means $29 is sitting there, plus the accounting of the $10, and you have a virtual Visa card right away. And now the physical card will be mailed to your home. Or you can do what I do. You don't have to let that money stay in PayQuicker. You can transfer it out of PayQuicker's bank into your own bank. So we want to share that part first so people can understand that. We'll show you physically how that works. Now, getting back to the fast starts, let's go up to the next level, which is platinum. We're going to use the same three people this time. And all me and Frank and Christina Marty all come in for platinum because we never know what people can afford. So we don't try to get in where you fit in. So we all paid $100. Well, obviously in this case, and we don't penalize people. So if you're a gold member, we'll still pay you $50 for each one of us. In that case, Frank, now Marty, you made $150. You'll see that real time. If we would decide to come in as a titanium in the fast start, then you will see $300 in real time, still dealing with the 7-day hold. Now, as you see in this program, you got these levels. So what I want to do is go over. This is not on. It's not in the comp plan, but it's the new comp plan will show it to you. This is important when you're reading your back office and your matrix. If you see anybody that's a gold member, platinum member, or titanium, the key is that they are all members. What does that mean? That means that they have not personally sponsored anybody. Okay.
Yep.
If you see them as an associate, platinum, gold, titanium, what that means is they have personally sponsored one.
Okay.
Now let's deal with how, even if a person hasn't sponsored anyone or has sponsored one, when you see the new back office comp plan, we will still pay that member who have not sponsored anybody. We'll show you how it works. And we'll still pay that person who only sponsored one. Here's how it works. They both will qualify for levels 1 through 6, not off of Fast Start because they didn't bring anybody in the case that they're a member, but from the spillover. So let's give an example. And I'm going to use titanium to make a point. So here I am in this example. I am a gold member, and you're my sponsor, Marty, and you sponsored 3 powerful people, just happen to spill under me. Now, I don't make anything off the Fast Start because I didn't bring them in. But the following month, even though I have not sponsored anyone, I will get paid residual income, even though I'm just a member. But normally, when you asked me that question earlier, you would get $10 residual for every titanium, $5 residual for every platinum. So in this case, as a titanium, even though I am a member who didn't sponsor anyone, I would not get the $10. I would get half of that, or $5, because I didn't sponsor anybody. What we're trying to do is ignite maybe the member that's not doing anything to see they can make a little something. If I'm the person that's an associate who personally sponsor one, same rules apply. I get half of that commission. So let me stop right there, see if they have any questions. If we're very clear on that first. Any questions about that?
You have a
I
question?
don't have any. How about Frank? See if
Yeah,
he
me and Christina are okay. We're at the same computer here, so
Awesome.
yeah, I don't know about Frank, whether he has a question or not. He, I guess I don't know if his microphone's on or not.
Now, you asked me earlier, Marty, about as you were seeing staying on number 2 there, you see 555 to levels 10 and level 2. Here's what happens. In order for you to receive, and this is, remember, Fast Start money is one-time money. It's not residual. So if you have not met that qualification, you'll never get that money back. So here's what I mean. In order to qualify for just level 2, now you have to become a consultant. So if you would, Marty, if you move that down just a little bit to where it says rank advancements.
Okay.
You see the where it says, okay, put the mouse over the consultant.
Yep.
That's where you'll know if people sponsor 2 people because they'll be called a consultant. And if you are a consultant, you only got 2 of the 3 matrix legs activated.
All right. Is this going
And
to
of
be,
course,
oh, I just have a question. Is this going to be changed? Because you said there was going to be some changes in
no,
the,
this part's not going to be changed. What I'm
okay.
saying, we're going to put, when I said change, we got to put the associate and member stuff in there that's not there. What I
Okay.
just talked about earlier. That's what we mean by change.
Okay.
We got to add the associate and member what they get for 6 levels and half commission. Because when we did this, we never updated this particular part.
Okay.
But this is still the same. And of course, when it comes to fast start, you only go to level 2. So if somebody's on level 3 that's in your team, and there's 5 people there, and you're not a next level, which is manager, and if you don't get it in time, we're not paying that money back. It's gone because it's fast start money. It's not residual. Okay. So the next step is to become a manager. Personally sponsored 3, maintain those 3. It can be $3 people. It can be as long as it's 3 and they stay active, maintaining that activity. Now you just became a manager. And now the 3x10 matrix is open. Not the 3x12, the 3x10. Now, when it comes to fast starts, it only opens up 3 levels, not the matrix. So if you're a manager, you can catch commissions on level 1 and level 3, but not level 4 and 5 or any of those. That is set for the next level, which is called a director. Personally sponsoring 5, maintaining those 5, any combination thereof. Now it's a 3x11 matrix, and now levels 4 and 5 in fast starts are open. And now we add something else, the matrix match, which is 5%. What is a matrix match? Those 5 people that you personally sponsor, whatever they make in residual income, for example, if those 5 are making $100 a month residually, you obviously gonna make money off of that because they're making it. But now we're gonna give you an extra bonus of 5%. In this case, if they were all making $100 residual, that's 500. You would get 5% of that 500 on top of what you're already making in the matrix.
Did you get that?
Yeah.
And the final one is executive, where all 12 levels are open in the matrix. All 10 levels are open in not only the fast start, but all 10 levels are open up in BEB 360. All 10, because whatever I was telling you about the fast start matches BEB 360, matches pay less for your bills. But the good news is it does not match the Millionaire Mastery. We got a very special deal for the Millionaire Mastery. Okay. So of course now with being an executive, now the 5% goes away and you get 10% match. So that's how those work. So any questions about that?
10% match of what?
Of your personally sponsors. If you got 10 personally sponsored people to get you there, and that's set in residual, not fast starts. And let's say they're making a combination of all 10, making $1,000 a month in residual, right?
Mhm.
Obviously, since they're making it as a natural process, well, you're going to make some of that residual anyway because they're in your organization. But now what we're going to give you on top of that is give you an extra 10% of that total $1,000 added to that. That's
Okay.
what that means.
Okay.
Because
Got it.
here's why. Because at some point you got people on your 13th level, 14th level, and if we let it stay like that, you miss out that money. But if you got folks on your 13th, 14th level and you qualify and they connected to you, you can pick up some extra money there too as well.
Okay. Great. Got it, babe?
Yeah. For some reason, Frank entered the waiting room again. I don't know why, but anyway, maybe he logged out or accidentally. See if he's,
Oh, there we go.
yeah.
Maybe that one may be working because I see him there twice now.
Okay. Well, as long as he's there.
Can you hear us, Frank?
Yes, I can.
See?
There we go. Woo!
Hey, Frank.
You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yep.
Okay. I've got a laptop and a desktop, and I'm on my desktop now. I don't know why my laptop did not do that, but I'm
Okay.
here.
Okay. Good.
Excellent.
Were you listening to everything that had been said up to this point, or?
No, I was not. I totally ended up losing your audio for a while.
That's
But
okay.
at first, to begin with, I heard you. I heard everything to begin with.
Okay.
Did you record everything so far?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's being recorded, Frank.
Okay. Thank God.
Good, good to see you, Frank. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Just
Except I don't see you yet, but I know you're on there.
so where we're at now is
There you go.
pick up where you left off.
Mhm. Yeah, well, that's why I want to, I'm not going to get into the advanced ranks and rewards because we'll deal with that at a later date. I just want to make sure you understand the basics of this particular compensation plan. And what we got to add is the associate and the member so that we understand where that's coming from. And then dealing with the free member as well, right? Because they were not on, neither one of those things are here. And that's what I mean by us having to update it, Marty, from that perspective for the free member.
Okay.
Okay.
So do I need just ask away? That's I missed other things. I'll be happy to answer those.
Wait.
Or anything that you want me to point out for you, Marty or Frank or Christina.
Well, you just said something about the associate and the members, so you lost me there because you were the volume, whatever's going on with the video here was in.
Sure, the associate, so that you know that by definition, you know if someone, especially in your team, are they working, are they sponsoring anybody? So you know if you ever see them as members only, no matter what position, executive, titanium member, platinum member, gold, does not matter. That word members is indicated they haven't sponsored anybody yet.
Okay, yeah, you said that. Okay,
And the associate means they at least sponsored one.
right, okay.
So we wanted to find a way how we can help those folks by getting them fired up. And a lot of folks didn't know this. That's why we got to put it in there that we still pay you at least something if you haven't sponsored anybody. If your team members, your upline is putting folks underneath you, it's called spillover, where it's coming from them or upline. When it comes to residual income, we'll at least pay you half of that
Okay.
commission to 6 levels. A lot of folks don't know we're doing that.
Well,
I'm no other company would do that. I have no other company would do something like that.
no kidding.
Steve is always trying to find a way to be as generous as he can because we want people to believe in something. Because you guys know money. You guys, and Christine, y'all been doing this a long time, and it's high volume changeover. And God bless the people. There's a lot of people just don't know what to do. And
That's
then
me.
we try to help them, but then there's a part they have to play. It's as Christians, we know that it's studied thyself to make thyself approved.
Man.
So what we're going to be doing even more is creating video libraries in the new back office so that they can always go back and watch videos over and over again. But in the meanwhile, we can create our own when an email comes out, whether you get on a Gmail or Yahoo. I got over 25 videos in my Gmail that says SHG training videos. So if anybody need them, I just email them to them, right? Because everybody has a different learning curve. We don't want to pressure people. They don't want to feel like they dumb. Some people think they must think I'm dumb. I don't get it. No, go at your own pace while you relax. Maybe you're sipping a cup of tea there. It's a beautiful Saturday and you're on your back porch and you're just taking time to study. That's okay. We want you to feel that you're part of the team.
Yeah, that is really key, Tim. Because I could tell I just wrote 4 pages of notes here while you've been talking. Marty said it's all there, here in the screen on the video or on the computer. But I can tell you that I think of myself being in the business for 55 years, and I still has been in Savings Highway Global for since 2019. And this stuff is confusing. So I can imagine, even though I am absorbed and merged into it, and I find it confusing and overwhelming, I think of the person who has to work 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, and take care of a family and kids and all that stuff, how much more overwhelming it is for them.
Right, because there's a lot of different moving parts, and what we want to do is create different avenues. And that's what I was saying, can you chew gum and talk at the same time, right? Some people have that ability to do that. Some people don't. So
Oh,
what we want people to do, that's a saying, get in where you fit in. We have people right now just all they're doing, and this guy that set up 7 businesses already. All he does is pay less for your bills. That's his niche. That's what he wanted. Bless him. And he's sending us businesses after businesses because that's what he wants to focus on. He didn't want to focus on anything else. I'm fine with that. We have people who just want to do the part of the 3x12 matrix and keep it simple in their minds. Bless them. We offer that to you. We have other people who want to do B2B 360 or just a millionaire mastery and the crypto and all those. Wonderful. Then we have some people like Nutty Fruitcake like me that do it all.
hey, that's good. That's good when you can do it all. That's great. Yeah, I think like what you're saying, it's just whatever floats your boat, and whatever can get a person put their toe into it until they can able to, jump in and learn more to just become a little bit more um familiar with one thing until they can learn more things, I guess.
The way I try to get people to see it is, especially because we now, one of the things we have put in place, we have several people we have hired in the staff who are going to be calling the free members. So we say, okay, let's create a system where, okay, I don't know how to network, but I can get these leads. If I'm not a lead person, know how to lead generate, and then allow these leads. Don't There's no guarantee in these leads. I sort of kind of give people the analogy because these are human beings, right? We are human beings and living in a human world. We don't want to make this thing to be as easy as they think it is. Oh, it's just that easy and everybody's going to sign up. That's not real world, right?
Yeah, it's
In the
true.
real world, if you and I are sitting and watching television or on Facebook, and I'm on Facebook sometimes, a lot of people are not. I do it for business reasons. They got commercials everywhere.
Hmm.
Commercials after commercials after commercials. And I may watch that commercial 100 times and it don't move me to buy nothing, right? But somebody else see the same commercial and buy.
That's
Well,
me.
it's the same analogy here with the leads. Those yes leads, we're gonna come through a funnel system. We're gonna call them, uh, drip on them, and maybe they will, maybe they won't. And so, what we to tighten the system up for the people who don't know what to say, we have put a two-step process in place. They go through the funnel system. After they come out that funnel system, they're turned over immediately to Dexter, Barney, Ruth. And here's what we're finding out. It's more easy these days. It has changed. It's more easy to email someone than to call them. You know why? Because they thought they were working back in the day, but now people are worried about somebody being scammed, right? Or they see this phone number they don't recognize. They ain't gonna answer it.
Yep, it's true.
So now we got to factor that process in. Oh, how times have changed, right? That's a strange number. And so they have put out all over television, beware of scams. It's all on the internet, on the news media. So people's minds are already framed that if this number coming, I don't know this number, I'm not answering. So we're training also our team to leave a voicemail, right? And that way it goes to the voicemail. And if I want to check it, I say, oh, okay, because I get them too. They go directly to my voicemail. So we're trained to leave a voicemail. What we're finding out, they're answering the emails again now. So it's crazy. To flip back to the old school of them answering emails. You would think they would still be answering texts, but they have to start framing people that even the text messages could be some malware, all these things. Well, how in the world we all going to communicate? They keep telling folks to be scared of Texas and all that stuff. All those things we have to try to get around. So the best way we found out is what you guys are doing is create the lead yourself through a good lead source, or take this ATM system, offer this $240 free gift that you're not creating the lead, but you're creating much not just a lead. You're creating an individual who took your site code, typed ATM to 706-800-9912, put in your site code, and they went through a series of processes that last about a minute, and now they're connected to you. So now it became more than a lead. They the one generated it. So they're expecting someone to call. That's a little different. So we're trying to find ways to do that where you're the one generating the person, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it certainly does. Now I hear you because we've like I said, over 50 years of being in the industry, we've seen some major changes here, from starting out with hotel meetings and meetings in your living room all the way to where we're at. And I think the thing is that what I'm experiencing with people that we've known for years and years that have been in one business after another with us is that a lot of them have given up, but the ones that haven't given up, I so much have so much respect for them because they just don't give up. And it's just a matter of finding something that's going to work for them, not just for a few people, but what's going to work for them, kind of their reward for not giving up.
That's me.
God bless you,
So
Frank.
before we move on to to what I want to talk about, the millionaire mastery part of it, and then we get back to some other things. Any more questions about this right here? I want to make sure we're good on this portion of the compensation plan without making it really complicated. Because what I was trying to do here is keep it simple. And that's why I want to get into the other stuff down there, because that just may become minutia. And the people just want to know how I get my fast start money, how can I make my residual money, that type of thing.
Right, yeah.
Oh, that reminds Marty, if you would, if you go back up, I'm glad I mentioned it, up a little bit,
Okay.
right there, right number, see what says number 4?
Yes.
Okay, that's the residual. So let's look at that right quick, okay? The one number 2 is fast starts, one-time money. If you miss it, you'll never get it back. It's gone. Residual, you can miss residual, but the next month you can get it right back. Just stay qualified. So what you see there is levels 1 to 12. What we offer is what 20% is your personal. So that means when that person pays the $20, for example, the following month, you will get 20% of $20, which is 4. That's the standard. You're getting 20%. What makes it 25 if they fall in levels 1 through 12? You get the 5%, which is $1. So that's why anybody you personally sponsor, no matter where they fall in those 12 levels, and you personally sponsor them, that's $5 residual month after month as long as they pay.
It's good.
That's where it get interesting, and I saw this happen. At some point, what if somebody goes on your 13th level and you personally sponsor them?
What does happen?
You
You
just,
just get $4. You don't get 20. Because remember, it's only the 5% only falls to levels 1 through 12. So you only get the 20%.
right.
That's why we gave you the matching bonuses.
Okay.
And that works the same way. As you can see, whether you a platinum, titanium, 20% across the board, self-explanatory, same principle. I just want to make sure you saw that as well. Keeping it real simple. That makes sense to you, Brother Frank?
Yep.
Yep. Me, us two here.
All righty. Any more questions about that?
Nope.
Now, if you allow me to switch to the compensation of the millionaire mastery and just show the big difference, if you could let me share screen, get access to share the screen.
Okay, you should be able to share it now.
Yeah, I can see that easy.
All right. Can you see that? Can you see that right there? Can you see the comp plan?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, I can.
Fantastic. So what I'm going to show is several different comp plans in dealing with the millionaire mastery, whether you're a coming in for the entire 1,092, and this is whole year, okay, or the VIP. So we're going to do first the 2x10. Self-explanatory. If you personally sponsored two people who decided to get the millionaire mastery comp for 1,900, pay the whole thing in 1 year, then therefore you made the 1,400, right? So let's use uh, Frank. We're gonna use you, Marty, as the top person in this example. So you sponsored Frank and Christina. So you made 1,400. And now let's say I sponsored you, then I would get 400. I mean, I get 200 because you had two people, so I make 200. Okay, I get $100 for each one of them. Now here's the remember we talked about the qualifications. You're gonna love this. Only with the millionaire mastery. You don't have to be an executive, get all 10 levels. You don't have to be a director to get all 10 levels. You don't even have to be a manager to get all 10 levels. All you have to be is a consultant. That's it. Two people that are gold members that you personally sponsor. If you personally sponsor a gold and a platinum, remember whatever it takes in the make to make you a consultant, you qualify for all 10 levels here. That's a big difference.
Wow, that's
So we're
awesome.
not going to penalize you to be all that. You get all 10 levels just by being a consultant, qualifying.
All levels.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now, right now, we do it manually until our programmers program this stuff into the new backup. We've been in a whole new back office on a whole nother server that's going to blow your mind. We are spending money on it. So we're going to get rid of this old equated plexum system. You with me? Because it's a dinosaur now. That's just the truth. So,
I'm
any
sorry.
questions?
Yeah, Tim, what do you mean? I'm not sure. What do you mean, a dinosaur?
Plexum, he's talking
Well, the
about.
plexum system, just like when we used to have the VCR,
Uh-huh.
and when it came out, woohoo! Then technology grew into the CDs and DVDs.
Uh-huh.
That's plexum is the VCR.
And that's what
So
we had with Plectums. Are you saying what we just went through with what you just demonstrated through the Savings Highway
no,
Global?
no, no, no. No, no. What I'm saying, I'm talking your back office is going to change. It's going to be much updated stuff back there, but it's still the same stuff. I'm talking about this where you look at it and you see the lady walking on the beach and all those things. Everything will stay the same from the functionality, but what we're talking about much more cleaner, faster. You don't have to squint your eyes sometimes trying to find stuff. That we're talking about just giving you a better driving car. That's all.
Oh, okay. Okay.
None of the other stuff, everything we talk about stays the same.
Okay.
So any question about the example of the 2 by 10? And
Mm.
by the way, we'll get this stuff will be ready next week. So you have this whole slide presentation and including the disclaimer at the bottom.
I just want to be clear on something. When you say consultant, you're talking about someone that has sponsored two people, right?
That's it.
Okay, well, what if you sponsor more than two people? Does that change this chart at all?
Oh, yeah, I'll show you. Yes, sir, it does. Because remember, this is a unilevel. So let's think about a unilevel. Great question, Marty. Marty, you are a sponsoring machine because you really are. It's Christina. So imagine you go out tomorrow in this perfect world and you sponsor 100 people, right? Now remember, we got two types of compensation plans. In the unilevel, this is what this is. In the unilevel, all 100 will be on your front line, right?
Uh-huh.
It's a unilevel. Unlimited width. 1 million will be on your front line. There's no limit. It goes and goes and goes. In the 3 by 12 matrix, only 3 can be on your level 1. The other 97 must be spilled under the 3. And of course, in our matrix, it's 3, 9, 27, 81. So that means those 3 people, whoever those first 3 people, they'll be on your front line. The next 9 of that 100 will go on your second level. They all still personally sponsored by you. The next 27 of that 100 will go on your third level, and they all still sponsored by you. So we take 29, 27, and 9 is 36. That's 39 of the 100. So then the other 61 will go on your fourth level as part of the 81, and they all sponsored by you. That is a matrix. See the difference? Here in the millionaire mastery is a unilevel. So they all will be on your front line. So we go right into the question you just asked. And now there's the 3 by 10. That's if you sponsor 3. Look how the numbers change now.
Wait.
Or you just
Okay.
look at the top ones.
Yeah, let's go back. I'm go back to this first one. See the 2 by 10?
Right.
And I'm gonna give you guys gonna get these slides as soon as they get them ready for you, okay? See, it says 2 by 10.
Right.
So now I'm gonna hit the button 3 by 10. See the difference? It's 3 instead of 2. And let's go back to 2 for a second. If there was a perfect world, that's $100,000 per year if these folks come back and renew, right?
Yep.
1,997 person going to get over $22,000 worth of value, including the nodes, which I'll talk about as well. That's really what's going to be driving this around the globe. So you see that right there, Christina?
Right. Uh-huh.
Now watch just one extra person, same 10 levels. Watch the difference in the number. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
One extra person.
Wow.
All the way down.
Yeah, all the way down. Uh-huh. 39. Yeah, I got it.
We went from $100,000 to 4 million in the
Wow.
perfect world. Now we know we don't live in the perfect, but this is what I love about, and this is what we got to get people to understand in network marketing. If I'm 99% bad on my job, how long am I gonna stay at that job?
If you're 99%
Bad.
Awful, bad, not good, lazy, 99%.
not long,
What do you
maybe
think the boss gonna what do you think the boss gonna do to me?
fire you.
You're fired.
Yeah.
But what I love about this, let's say you only 10% good,
Percent good, yeah.
90% awful. That's still 440, that's 6-figure income.
Yeah.
Well, heck, fine. Let's say you're 5% good. Still 6%, 6-figure income.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. We only 1% good. What's wrong with $44,000 a year?
Not bad. A lot of people love that.
And guess what? Most folks, if we really look at it, they ain't 1% bad. They just quit.
Yeah. They don't even try to get to be 1% good.
I'll be happy with a 0.5%.
Percent. Still 22,000. how you said we almost bring this thing down to the ridiculous, right? What's happening out there? And thank God for y'all experience too, Marty and Christina. Frank, how long you been doing this type of industry? What's your background?
My background has not been in computers at all. I started in computers probably, I don't know how many years ago, but 10 years ago. But at one time I made some money, but and that was the only time, but I was practically one of the first ones in it, and it was a scam.
Mm,
But I was able to get my money, but they had a few other people from me that I was in it, and luckily only one person got money out of it besides me, and the rest of the people now are my enemies.
they get that bitter taste.
And this goes
I'm,
back
go ahead.
15, at least 15 years ago,
Mhm.
and I haven't made any money since.
Oh, blessing to you, my brother. Um, Here's the thing: people have a tendency that whitewash everything is the same. I'm gonna use me again. I like to use because that way nobody get mad at me, right? When I used to date a girl, young man playing football, and the girl hurt my feelings or didn't want to be with me, I certainly didn't give up on women, or I wouldn't be married today for 30 years, right?
Right.
That's what people are doing. They they want to compare what that thing did to the next thing, and that's unfortunate. But that's human nature. I heard Tony Robbins said this so elegantly. Human beings do everything we can to avoid pain and everything we can to gain pleasure. What happened for me, I had enough pain and I associated enough pain to living paycheck to paycheck that I had to do something. I accepted enough pain of not being able to pay my bills or pay for my family. So it didn't matter what I had to go through, how I had to get there. I was willing to go through anything, and I did. I became very successful in businesses. As a young man, 18, I was a regional vice president for A.L. Williams. I had the gift of gab. As a young man, 21, I was the executive director for XL Communication. So it came easy for me because I was just a natural thing for me to do. And as I grew and learned and all these processes, and then get married and everything building up and all these things flying me down to Vegas to stay in hotels in the Mandalay Bay and limousines picking you up. And then what happened to me, Frank and Marty and Christina, the company I was working for after I pulled my wife off of her teacher job was stealing,
Was what?
stealing, theft, just destroying the company. The powers that be that was in the company. What the company had a product called Meridian XN. We were exploding. It was amazing. We had opened up in Mexico. We had opened up in the Philippines. I'm making all kinds of money. They fly me down to Vegas all the time and Scottsdale, Arizona. Me and my wife got tired. She's a graduate of Arizona University. She got tired of going to Scottsdale. We're going so much. How'd you like to get sucker punched making all this kind of money and get hit in the gut from nowhere to nothing?
Is that it
And
with
that count,
Excel?
yeah, no, that wasn't with Excel. That was a company I would call a company called Bionovics.
Okay.
And that turned my life into a spiral downward
Sure.
where
Do that.
all these bills, all this stuff, well, I had to make sure my wife was okay. She was a little older than me, and not much, but I couldn't stay in the place she stayed. So we had a raggedy church, and I mean a raggedy church. We tore it down now, about to build a new one to show our folk how good God is. But I had to stay in a church with no running water. There was a big hole in the church, so the rainwater came in and rats floating in it.
Oh no. Were you a
And
pet?
this was, yeah, this was just when you go through your turmoils. I'm just giving my testimony. Uh, through that process, through those processes, uh, I met Steve Gresham. I started working my way out. Steve and I became really close through his tragedy, and he'll tell his story. but I never gave up on who I was as a gift. Now I was mad at God for a while, but the Lord told me, "Hey, you can be mad at me all you want. I don't have an identity crisis." So through that process, that what turned around for meant for bad turned around for my good because it built a strong relationship with Steve. We were my $1 business. You guys remember we was called the My $1 business when I joined.
You were in it.
And I started working it and getting to know Steve and processes and processes. And one day our church had turned around, things are getting better. And I told the folks, I'll be the biggest giver in this church because I'm truly going to trust the Lord. And everything changed. Bill Constantine became part of what we're doing. We started getting stuff like God was just dropping everything. And all of a sudden, we went from my $1 business to my $20 business to what we are today, Savings Highway Global. And I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't take that lesson back for nothing in the world. Because you know what it did? It taught me to trust one thing, trust God.
Amen. Amen. That's the only one we can't trust is God.
Not a company,
Nope.
not myself,
Nope.
but trust him in his word. So that way, I never let anything get to me. So you know what that does? It builds your faith up to know that when trouble comes, and trouble always gonna come. There's an old saying: either you're in a storm, or you just came out of a storm,
Waiting for
or you're
one.
about to go into another one.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's life.
through those storms, people have to realize that. I know when I've had those storms, I thank God because I knew there was a reason, and I knew if he was in charge, I gave him I gave him my life, and I gave him my burdens, and if I knew that I had my faith. Somehow, some way, God always got me out of all the trials and tribulations I've been through. Only Him.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm battle tested. I love Mr. Miles Monroe, who said these very words. If you don't have some scars on your back, I'm afraid of you. If you haven't been through anything, I'm battle tested. Trust me, I don't waver. I'm not weak. I'm strong because I'm strong in the Lord. He done brought me out too much. I don't doubt. I don't care what obstacle come. I say, hey, Jesus, you got mail.
Mhm.
Because I truly believe what he told me to cast all my cares on him. I don't know what's left out of all. So I give them all to him. And so I'm saying that because you guys, Marty, you guys know what happened in 2023, right?
Yeah, we do.
Now here come the same old test. Frank, you may not know about this, but this same old test where we helped build these guys. I'm not gonna call any names because I'm not trying to. We did it. We did everything out of love. The server went down on us. It's on a Saturday, normal day. So I called Steve, and Steve would tell you, okay, we came on the thing, told about the story. We had a company called Bluehost who has sold to another company, and it wasn't no hack. They just got rid of our stuff. I'm talking about the stuff with the credit card information. We had the backup, but no credit card.
Wow. Yeah.
So instantly, there's no money coming in. Now think about how this is Saturday. You talking about my stomach going down to my toes, and then here's why I'm saying what I'm saying. The Lord said softly, "I was with you when you was homeless. What do you think we're gonna do now?" Man, we became David going after Goliath.
Hmm.
We got our slingshots together, and we said, "What can this uncircumcised Philistine do to me?" And we went to work. Now they went out, and you guys know it. Go on the internet. They went out and brutally lied on us. Oh, it was awful. While we still kept paying them, while we stayed in love, and what they meant for bad by February, we're stronger than ever. That doors open that we never imagined because we stayed in love and we believed what we had, and none of us wavered. We fought every day. We kept paying people all through Christmas. Nobody missed their pay. We paid all of December and we paid all of January with no money coming in. And we paid in February and we never missed a payment. But God.
But God. Amen. But God.
That's when I told Steve these very words. If we treat God's people right, this would be $1 billion company. And now the next thing I know, we meet with billionaires who doing some stuff that I would never imagine that Steve would be sitting on the board of a blockchain with
Yeah.
the atmosphere right for millions and millions of dollars. And here we are with the millionaire mastery.
Yep. Amen.
What a story we're going to tell in May when we have that party on that cruise.
I hope I'm there.
We're going to get you there, brother Frank. We're going to get you there together. So so I'm going to click one more button, and this is the 4x10, Marty.
What
How you
about
like that? I
woo?
really want to mess you up. Now you know $69 million. Lord have mercy.
What?
This is just this is the please understand what this is. This is the standard for the 1,997. Because when we take this thing live to the world, now let me ask you this question: did you all get the video? If not, that Steve sent the 59-minute video with Ton. Did y'all get that?
Yes, uh-huh. Yeah.
Explaining the baseball analogy of the nodes. If not, Christina got it. She'll get it to you, Frank.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so I'm trying to see this. Is that 69,908,400? Woo!
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Woo!
Hey, Marty, let's be a 0.5% bad. Let's be 99.5% awful. Get a 0.5%.
Well, the way I look at it, the more you have, the more you can give.
Exactly. Look, remember, here's our thing. Everybody, we don't need everybody to do this. That's why you still can come in for $20, right? We ain't trying to make folks do this. The ones that's doing it will be the ones that will do it because there are people out there. When you talk about 8 billion people on the planet, 5% of that market will do this. Think about that.
Wow.
How many people is 5% of 8 billion?
Can I ask a question? You mentioned the nodes now a few times, but you haven't talked about the nodes. Is that something you
We haven't got there yet.
I'm going to. Yes, sir. I'm gonna talk about the nodes. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I just want to give you these complaints. Now, here's the next one, and this is the VIP. This is the $5,000 one. That's the 2x10.
But a
Let's look at it.
VIP. Okay, this is a VIP, the 4x10.
2x10 here.
2x10.
Oh my gosh, a 2x10.
Which one is that?
That's two people paying $5,000 total for the whole year. They're going to get three. By the way, the standard member get one node valued at 500, but the VIP get three nodes valued at 500. And I'll break down these nodes in a minute.
Yeah, with the VIP, they get 3 nodes, correct.
All right, so here's the 3x10 VIP.
Eight million 860. Okay.
And now the 4x10 or 10x10, however wide you go in the unilevel is up to you. So if I get 10 people to come in at 5,000, I just made $20,000, right? That's the 4x10.
Right.
I just want to get back to reality numbers.
Well,
Frank,
honestly,
big.
right. We know this, Frank. We know this is not reality, right?
Yeah,
What I'm saying, what I'm saying to
I
you,
agree.
what I'm saying
100%.
to you is 1% of that. I'm not afraid of big numbers. I put the big numbers so then we put this in context. If
Yeah.
you're 1% good, that you're really bad. And 1% of that kind of number. Now, obviously, when we do a presentation, this is us training. I'm not going to show that number. We make 6, 7, whatever, right? Because because then people say, "Oh, that's pie in the sky. Everybody be doing it." Well, everybody can't holler. Listen, we've been around this thing. They can't holler handle $20. They can't believe what $20 would do. This is how cynical and crazy we have become because we have become lazy in this country.
That is so true.
But I'm telling you, when we open up this crypto, Ghana, India, these folks going to go ballistic on this stuff. We already know it. We're the dumb ones because we done got too lazy and fat and our unbelief. I'm just telling the truth. We done just got caught up in our own selves and forgot about reality to dream again. Stop dreaming, stop believing. Everything's a scam. Everything's not a scam. Pray about the thing. I know you have to be cautious, but everything is not a scam.
So true. You're right.
Listen, going in and they call us a scam and we got an A+ rated to BBB. I don't even know how those two things work. I got an A+ rating on the BBB for the last 5 years, and now you scamming. Boggles my mind. All right, now let's say you don't have that. You say, I ain't got that kind of money, but I can do a 12 payment. Okay, so here is the standard payment. It's $247 a month. Now we're creating a 3x10 residual now.
Wow.
So you make and we have over a bunch of folks doing the residual right now. So now instead of you having them come as a titanium for $199, you can come in for $247. Not only come in for $247 and start getting all this year's worth of payments, you will also get the ATM, which is valued at $100 a month. Our system, we're going to give it to you for free.
Free. Okay.
Any questions about that?
Standard monthly. No.
Now, this is the VIP. If I don't have the $5,000, now we got different things. You can do 2 payments. You want to go to a website called startmmm.com. Startmmm.com.
Yep.
You only want to send it to people who are in SHG. Do not send it to people who have not signed up either for free or they paid. They need to be in SHG before you send them that. Now, that's going to go away, not the Smart Start MMM, but after Wednesday or Thursday, when we release the Millionaire Mastery site. So get ready for either Wednesday or Thursday for a very, very big call.
Right.
Okay? So you guys heard it first. And just now, I'm going to do something here for you. We're going to take the recording off because you got some nice photos. I'm going to share some other stuff with you, not recorded, okay?
Sure.
Now, here's this one.
Wait, hold on a second. Do I have to do that recording thing? Pause.
Not right now. No, I'll let you know when.
He can't. I have to do it.
Yeah, you have to do, but I'll let you know when because I'll
Okay.
give the control. I'll give the controls back to you.
Okay.
This is if you decide I don't have the 5,000, but I can say I can pay $497 a month for this. And now look at the monthly. You get 170, 14. Again, we want people to get in where they fit in, or maybe they can do 3 payments. We got people doing 4 payments. They're already done. We have people doing 2 payments. We have a lot of people just paid it at once. And what makes it so beautifully, when we had our first 25 VIPs who actually paid the $5,000. Again, we haven't even marketed. They paid the whole 5,000. We had a gold members had no idea they just made $2,000. They thought they said this can't be right. Is this right? We said yes, ma'am, yes, sir.
Wow.
Because you knew the person. We're not going to punish you, even if you're not in the Millionaire Matrix or Millionaire Mastery program. We're still going to pay you because you sponsored the person.
That's amazing that they still get paid and they, just to be a gold member and they can make what is it, 2,000 bucks on a VIP. That's pretty good.
Or 170 a month for the next 12 months.
That's awesome, Tim. That is awesome. I mean, you really, when I think about it, if people can't afford to pay the full 5,000 for a VIP up front, and they can, excuse me, make payments, that to me is like, I don't know, I don't know how they wouldn't see that. That would be to their advantage, to kind of start looking at this opportunity as a business and look and work it as a business, and that to have that opportunity, that's amazing. To make 170 a month, you said?
Yeah, see that right there?
Yeah.
Every time they pay that 497 till those 12 months are done, that's
Yeah,
170 a month.
that's
And
awesome.
you're overriding 14 a month. 14,
Okay.
14. Not 10,
This
14, 14, 14.
this is where I'm at. I'm paying 500 a month.
Mhm. So you are a VIP.
Yes, I am.
Hello, Mr. VIP.
But right now I'm still on the $497 a month.
Yes, sir.
I'm hoping to change that, but right now I can't do that.
Well, here's the key, and I'm going to talk about these nodes. And now, Marty, did you watch the video with Ton yet?
No.
Okay. Let me stop sharing for just a second. And I'm gonna share back again. And let me go find that video because I'm gonna play a little bit of it and then I'll tell you where to get it at, okay?
Okay.
Something you guys is okay. Are we doing okay?
Yep.
I think I got it. Here we go. All right, let me go back here. Let me hit share. You can go to our Facebook page. This is Mr. Ton. This is him right here. And I'm gonna make sure that the sound is good. Let me find it here. Just hear a little bit of it. Then you guys go to Facebook and listen to the rest of it. I at least want to get a chance. He's going to give you an idea of how these notes really work, and he's much more elegant at it than I am. So let me. That's the video sound right there. Share sound. Then I'll make sure I test it to make sure it's good. I'm just having a blast with you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
So let me hit this.
I'm leaving the darkness behind.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm mastering my millionaire mind. Cut the cord from the past.
Very, very special surprise for you tonight. Ton, I just want to say these are just a few of the people who have taken the leap of faith and said, you know what? I'm going to be a VIP. I want to master my millionaire mind. I want to change my life. I want a system to help me to be successful. Blown me away with his wealth of knowledge and, being instrumental in bringing videos to phones. Like when you guys watch videos on phones, he's one of the first people to bring that to America. Does large corporate deals. His incredible story we'll share with you guys later of his history coming to America with nothing and building just an incredible business and making all kinds of great connections. We were lucky and fortunate to get connected by a friend of ours. Since we did this, he heard my mission of wanting to help 1 million families get out of debt. And he said, Steve, I want to be a part of that mission. And how many of you, show of hands, want to be a part of the mission? 1 million families out of debt. Ton, how are you doing tonight, my friend? It's good to see you.
I'm well. I also would love to take this moment to congratulate everyone for taking risks, calculated risks, not careless risks. But, the mindset that we all seek to be successful requires us to become best friends with risk. and know how to manage that. And I say this with an incredible amount of respect for anyone that's willing to take that step forward. It's not easy. Everything in our DNA pushes against risk. It pushes against fear. But on the other side of risk is the success that we all seek. And that's the barrier. So the first step of taking that leap of faith and wanting to be part of the VIP group, I think is telling of how committed you are to your personal growth. And so my first statement before anything is congratulations on taking that step.
Wonderful. And we appreciate that. I agree, everybody. You're never going to meet a wealthy person who doesn't take risks, but they don't take blind risks. They take, as Ton said, calculated risks, right? And, with us here, you're looking at a company that's been around for almost 2 decades. And, very happy to say we've integrated with platforms that have literally helped people save hundreds of millions of dollars, whether it be on shopping or travel. I mean, these platforms are incredible. We have people every day, say, I just saved $1,000 on car insurance. I just saved $500. I just saved $2,000. People every day saving, I just saved $500 on a trip. And now with this VIP and all the value we've put in here, many of you are going to start to take these vacations where you're going to get like a $2,000 vacation for $300, right? And I want you to do videos of that and send it. And then, of course, as many of you as possible, we want to see you in May on our leadership cruise that we're going to have, our first My Millionaire Mastery leadership cruise. As a VIP, and like I said, we're only taking 100 VIPs, having small group meetings, so that we can actually interact. Also, you can have personal onboarding meeting with Omar Garcia, our Director of International Business. And we're going to be communicating, working together as a family. One of the greatest things that happened through this is our entrance into this blockchain technology, which is the biggest banks, BlackRock, the biggest companies, that's where they're focusing. And Ton, you said something on the last call when you were on, said, I don't look at coins. I look at something bigger, that everybody wants you to look over here while they're doing this over there, right? But we want to open up the truth. And I think that you're a really good person to disseminate truth in a way that people can understand. And so my hope for this is that we can get into a little bit of, well, what is the blockchain? What are nodes? Why is it good to have a node? And I even have a song about that too, by the way. That it creates the trust. It's the trust. And then what is the coin going to do? This is even way bigger than Savings Highway and My Millionaire Mastery. This is expanding to a large global solution of us creating our own economy, right? So you got to really open your mind. I want everybody to just put your hands up, take a deep breath and say, my mind is open.
My mind is open.
It's like a parachute. Only works when it's open, okay? So open your mind. Don't say, well, I think this or I don't think that. Just listen to what this information he brings to you tonight and let it permeate your cells. Because you have to understand this is the new technology. This is where the world is moving. And you can be at the forefront of it. You can be at the top of it. And congratulations to all of you who are VIPs. You are starting out with 3 nodes included. Wow. They're starting at $500 each. That's a $1,500 value. And when we started, signing up the VIPs, we didn't tell you that. We added it later. Right? This is a bonus for you, but I want you to understand the power of it. And a lot of people are becoming VIPs right now, especially Tim Jones talks to a lot of people. And the reason they're doing it is, well, I want the savings, I want the vacations, I want the comp plan, but I also want the nodes. So Ton, take it away, my friend. Thank you so much.
So since we talk a lot about mindset, let me set a precedent in thinking, a path that helps us understand why this next revolution of commerce, of finance, is so important to all of us, not just to governments, not just to corporations, not just to investors, but to everyday people. You know, we, all of us, have lived through a number of revolutions. We have seen us go from phones that were tethered to our wall, a landline, to wireless technology, a phone you can take anywhere you go. We have seen the change of not sending letters, snail mail, which is what we endearingly call it today, to email, which is instant, right? We have watched a digital age emerge right before our eyes where we have access to information through the internet. These are just some of the major transitions, major technology revolutions that we have already lived through. And each of those revolutions has had a profound impact on our lives. It has changed how we engage with the world, how we do things, how we shop, how we bank, how we watch TV. All of this has changed our behaviors greatly. And we didn't know it was coming when it did. So this is the first thing I want you to just put your mind around is you've lived through numerous technology revolutions. This is just the next one. But in this instance, you have an opportunity to participate in what it can do. When I built one of my first technologies to bring video and movies, TV to a mobile phone, it didn't exist.
Wow.
But I saw it. I saw the idea of, I bet you we can watch TV on more than just our TVs and at a movie theater. I bet you we can see all of that somewhere else. And before I knew it, I was able to project and distribute content on a mobile device. That is an example of being at the forefront of that revolution. And now everyone watches video on their phone. It is every day. I just happened to get in early enough with a technology and a vision with clear data that helped me benefit from this emerging technology. So going back to what I said earlier, we've lived through a number of revolutions. We have an opportunity to participate in the next one, just like I did with mobile video, and greatly benefit from it. Instead of being reactive to the change and just kind of going along with it, we're going to participate in moving this technology along. That's what we're offering in this discussion. That's the framework, the thinking that I'm trying to present and paint for all of us. Okay, so you are currently sitting in a position where you get to participate in the next technology revolution. And this one happens to touch all of our wallets, how we bank, how we transact, how we buy anything in the future. You get to participate in how that grows through our blockchain and through nodes. Okay. So that's the first part is exciting. It's like, oh, this next revolution, I'm not going to wait for it. I'm going to participate in. Okay. That's the first base. Now we're going to turn to second base. Okay. We're running to second base. Second base is how does this whole thing work? Because I need the calculated risk was a word we used earlier. Calculated to me is defined by data and by guidance from experts and by information as much as I can get so I can make a better decision, not a careless, throw it in the air, hope it works decision. I need people who know this. I need people I trust to explain this to me so that I can understand how it's supposed to work and decide based on this data that I can participate, and I'm going to participate in this way. That's calculated because you have the right information. So let's start with the fundamentals of blockchain. A blockchain is a digital ledger. It's a record of an action, a transaction. But this ledger is monitored, managed, validated by tens of thousands of nodes. Sometimes you'll hear words like computers, right? It's a word that we used in the first generation of blockchain, where you needed a physical terminal to do all of the management. So you literally had thousands of computers sitting around doing the calculations to manage the blockchain. And that may have been a word you've heard before called mining, as the actual terminal was managing that Bitcoin blockchain. Because it was doing work, it was earning a fraction of a coin. So that earning for doing something was called mining. Okay, that's first generation. So let's go back to the blockchain. It's a ledger with tens of thousands and sometimes millions of software nodes that says that one action is recorded across all those nodes. Mm-hmm. And because it does it that way, you can't change it unless you change all of those records simultaneously. Now, in today's world, the record of you buying something is held usually by one entity, the bank or Visa or Target, right? It's that data is held in very few hands. So the problem that we have experienced in the commerce world for the last 25 years is every year there has been a larger number of data hacks, because hackers know they only need to go to a few places. And I'm going to target those places. And next thing you know, I've got your information and I'm selling your information. So that ledger, that Target, Walmart, or Costco, or anyone held of your transaction was easy to go after because those hackers knew where to go. But now they have to go after tens of thousands.
Wow.
Of ledgers. Millions of ledgers that said
At the same time, in the same millisecond, right?
at the same time, because if they go after one and changed one, the other 999,999 are saying that's not right. So it can't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So blockchain, in the most basic description that I can tell anyone, is an unhackable record of financial activity. And in fact, or any activity, but for this conversation, let's keep it with just a financial activity, a transaction, a settlement, a purchase, right? Person one purchased item A, and that record exists now in thousands of nodes managing a blockchain simultaneously. You're not going to hack it. That's why the finance world and regulators and now even governments are really pressing forward with legislation, with policies, and with their own utilization plans for a blockchain, because they don't want any more hackers. They don't want these records to be exposed. They want an immutable, meaning you cannot change this record of that event that cannot be hacked. And that creates security and trust, right? It's logical. So that's blockchain 101. Now we step from understanding the foundation of this being the blockchain, all these records are being held here, to the actual software that's managing the blockchain. So in this generation, the one that we're stepping into, as I said earlier, it's not a physical terminal anymore. You still call it a node, but this time it's purely software. And why this is important is because you can buy licenses to software at a fraction of the cost of buying 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 actual physical computers, terminals that has to run software in its hard drive to do it like the Bitcoin first generation world, okay? This generation, the second generation of blockchain, has become more efficient. And with every technology that has ever been released, everything gets more efficient, which means it gets less expensive, but also doesn't change the amount of returns it gets, because the more efficient it is, the less cost to get more returns. The math of that in the business world is ideal. So now I can purchase a node, and that node acts as a verifier, a manager, a validator of that blockchain, of the records, of the activities that exist on that blockchain. And when my node is actively doing that, just like the first generation terminals, when it's doing what it's supposed to do, it's earning a token. It's earning a token that was created or exists for that particular blockchain. Okay, so now you know you're rounding second base. You already understand blockchain. Now you understand the function of a node. Okay, you understand that a node will generate a reward because it's doing what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to validate, manage, verify everything that's happening, keep at record, right? And as it's doing that, the blockchain is saying, thank you for doing that work. Here's a token. Thank you. And it does it every hour, every day, every week, every month. Software doesn't go to sleep. That's the other great thing about this. It doesn't go to sleep. It's working for you 24 hours a day, generating a token from the activity that it is built to do. Okay. So at this point, you're probably getting just as excited as you're seeing third base as any player would. I'm like, I'm heading to third. Here we go.
Let's go.
I understand blockchain. I know what my node is doing, and I know the rewards I'm getting for my node as it's active, right? I'm rounding second. I see third. I know what third means. Third means I am close to home base. Okay. So now we're rounding second. We're heading to third. And third base is the token. Third base is the coin. It is the mechanism that is recorded, that is rewarded, that is used. And in our world, I'm going to make this statement. It's going to sound a little bit complicated, but I'll explain it in a bit. The future of blockchain is a utility coin. Okay, and I know that doesn't make sense right now, but I'll explain it. Just remember this phrase: the future of blockchain is a utility coin. Okay, the current understanding of a coin is what we call stored value or store of value. And the greatest example of that is a Bitcoin. If you were fortunate to buy it when it was just a couple dollars and now it's $100,000, that's stored value. That means as long as you didn't sell it, you just watch that value increase. Okay. Stored value, it has its purpose in this next economy. Stored value, like a Bitcoin, helps us establish in the world of commerce, of transactions, a rail, meaning we have a way of actually settling a purchase, settling a debt. Like I owe you this money for this thing. I settle it with you, and I usually use a rail that everyone knows is I use my credit card. I use my debit card. So the Bitcoin in the cryptocurrency world creates an opportunity to create a new rail for cryptocurrency. It's like, oh, this thing has value. You can actually establish a rail with this. Now, so stay with me. While that's nice, what's going to happen here in this rail is stable coins. And you may have heard this in the news a lot. A stable coin is basically a coin that's going to be backed by a government's currency or treasury. In the United States, our stable coin is going to be backed by $1. No matter what happens, it will be stable, hence the word stable coin. And it will be backed by our treasuries. Hence, it will never go below $1 in value. Whereas Bitcoin does this, but it nets out up here because it was part of this whole dynamic, unique, never to be ever happen again kind of scenario. But it opened the door to saying that digital currency is real. So imagine as you're heading to third base, you know the basics, the fundamentals, you know what a blockchain is, you know what your nodes are doing, you know your rewards includes tokens and coins that exist on this blockchain. Utility is the future, meaning you can have a stable coin, which will always stay this amount, become a rail because it's stable. When it's backed by the dollar and treasuries, you trust it. Governments trust it. Everyone trusts it. They will accept it as a means, right? So here's how utility plays in to make blockchain greater. Utility is purpose. Coins that have purpose, coins that have intrinsic value and are utilized, hence the word utility, will create its own value within its blockchain. When that value increases, you can. So let me say that I am not a financial advisor. I'm simply describing a scenario that I am seeing. Okay. When the value that's being created by the utility of that coin increases and increases, and the blockchain that coin exists in continues to stimulate and nurture its growth.
Yep.
We can take coins in this new world and exchange them outside of our blockchain. We can go to exchanges and say, oh, I've earned all these coins. I want to exchange them for all these stable coins. I want to exchange them for all these Bitcoins, and allows you to continue that journey of participating in a world where cryptocurrency becomes a very real method for you to settle debts, transact, and purchase. And the volume of coins earned inside of a blockchain that has utility, that's being rewarded by node owners, right? You can take those things, continue to use them within this environment, within.
Do you guys still want to continue to listen? I'm fine if you are.
Notes here, but
We were on mute here for a minute. I it's pretty instructive for me because I do quite a bit with stable coins and other things, aside from this. So it's a little bit of a review for me, but it's a good presentation. So
very good.
And we're gonna be getting a lot deeper with this as we keep going. It's because a lot of people. I'm glad that you're familiar with it, Marty, but we got a lot of people who are not, and that makes sense. So by you saying what you're saying makes me feel real good when you say it's a very good presentation. Now we can play the rest of it. I'm fine, and plus you got this recorded, so you can certainly send it to your people, or they can go to Facebook. It's up to you if you want to continue with this. You just let me know.
We can listen to it on our own because I have listened to the beginning, but I did not listen to the whole thing. I guess it's like 59 minutes, almost an hour, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, so we can listen to it on our own. I find it fascinating because with everything that's going on in this world, and a lot of different areas, including our industry of multi-level marketing, I am so happy that Steve Gresham has brought this into our business. I really am, because I can see, just everything that this Tan guy was saying. The end, this information, needs to be get out there to the people that we have, because a lot of them don't know about crypto. It's almost like they're afraid of it and they don't want to know any more about it.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
me.
Well, if you can take me off recording, Marty, I'm gonna share some things with you that you guys can go look at.